Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It is session 66.
Ooh, we're almost there.
Almost where? Where? What's the destination?
The LOL funny number.
Oh, are we gonna do something
When will
big
you
for
say the
69?
word?
Well, not now that you said it.
Oh, we can't now. Okay.
They ruined it.
4 hours of orgy roleplay.
I'm down.
Okay. I mean,
You
we
guys
all
know
did it
Cat's
once in
penis
high
is
school.
Barbed?
I think Mitch was not expecting us so readily to...
Damn, that'll
Alright.
be the episode Jesse makes a guest appearance on.
All he gets to do, he doesn't get to speak. He doesn't get to speak. All he gets to do is make inappropriate or appropriate orgasm noises at certain points.
Jesse and Jordan making guest appearances on that one.
Very nice. All right.
I'm not feeling so good in about 3 weeks.
Fair enough.
You started it!
Okay, let's...
Yeah, I forgot you guys are goddamn degenerates.
God
That's a
damn
dumb thing to
degenerates.
forget, man.
All right, let's play some D&D. Let's
do
start
it.
with a little bit of a recap. So, where'd my boy go? Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That too. The party found themselves awakening from a long rest on the 4th floor of the dungeon, Twisted Caverns. They'd previously faced off against the troglodyte and chul minions of Elune, the Aboleth. Though they'd been successful in their battle, it had been costly and left them wounded. Realizing that another headlong venture might prove their last, the party decided to explore more of the caverns and look for alternate routes to the Aboleth's lair, as well as any potential allies or other available knowledge. Their journey took them southwest, past the crossroads where they had fought the Ropers. On the edge of a switchback tunnel, they found the river once more, and within its murky waters, they found the first of the fishfolk. Ezrah used arcane magics to allow himself to understand any tongue, but it proved unnecessary. The Kuatoa spoke the trader's tongue, though they did so with odd inflection and with fits of watery gurgles. Matashtai, seeking to cut a private and truer path to understanding, invoked his quarry spirit Velena and touched the Kuatoa's mind. Matashtai felt the slick taint of madness in that mind, and the fishfolk howled, proclaiming to hear the voice of a god. At first, the party thought they might use this, trick their way into favor with the Kuatoa. But Bones spoke a warning. These creatures could manifest gods through sheer belief, a dangerous aspect, if potentially useful. Out of the darkness came Nulgaloop, the Kuatoa archpriest. He quelled the frenzied fishfolk and denounced the claimed godhood. But rather than be cross with the party, he instead invited them into the Kuatoa refuge. Within, the group found dozens of sick fishfolk, many too ill to move. Nulgaloop explained that they had been driven from their great home by the Aboleth, and that their old god had proved useless. The archpriest was currently in the process of building a new god, Klabu, and indeed he seemed to take it as a matter of fact that the party would assist in this process. The party wasn't immediately against helping the Kuatoa, but the thought of actually creating a crazed god, especially when the archpriest either couldn't or wouldn't guarantee the god's helpfulness, did not sit well with the party. They feigned agreement to the tasks set before them and left the crazed fishfolk's refuge with all haste. Feeling as though they still did not have a preferable option, the party then elected to explore further west, eventually finding themselves ambushed by comically ineffective slug creatures called piercers. After slaughtering the piercers, the party continued into a large cavern filled with mud and guano. On the western side was a large outcropping of amethyst, and next to it, feasting upon the crystal itself, were 3 odd creatures, each seemingly built as some sort of tri-mirror something. Each had 3 eyes, 3 arms, 3 legs, and indeed 3 sides of their bodies. The creatures seemed aware of the party, but did not act beyond issuing a horrible guttural hiss, like a beast protecting its meal. Matashtai attempted to head south out of the cave, squeezing past the creatures without startling them, but this proved ineffective.
But startled they were.
Once Matashtai got too close to the creatures, they spun into action. Fighting the creatures proved difficult. They had stony hard skin and were capable of delivering a flurry of blows. To make things worse, the creatures moved through the stone, merging with the earth like it was water. Still, the party was eventually able to kill one of the creatures after it was unable to hide within the ground. They waited for the others to reappear. But it seemed that the creatures had been driven off. Oh, are you crying over there, Odie? Are you kidding me? Big baby. And that scene is what we fade back into. The corpse of one of these creatures still rests in the mud and bat shit in front of you. And the others seem to have fled. The shards, actually, Bones and Matashtai, and you guys kind of all fought amongst it, except for Ezrah. The shards of this large amethyst outcropping are the specks, the piles to the west on the side of this room. Yeah, so. As we fade back in, both... Not that one. Let's take this one out. Take it out. There we go. All right. We fade back in. Matashtai and Ezrah are both wounded, covered with scrapes and cuts.
Fucked up. I look like I got a cowl of blood.
Lacerations, right, from the bite attacks of these creatures. And you can hear Bones, and you can actually see just to the south of you another pebble beach, and you can hear the gentle flow of the Sargoth River.
Here's my damn map. Well, the first thing I'd like to do is go and pop them eyes out. Big Daddy needs some eyes.
Okay. So you head over to the creature, take a look at it, begin to mess around with its body.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
It's got these large amber eyes, right? And the pupil is like a cat slit, right?
Is that the color of their energy?
Yes.
Yes, Aura.
Yes, Jay. We have the same energy.
So as you move to harvest these eyes from the creatures,
we are both dragons.
you actually initially have a little bit of difficulty, as their flesh is, again, it's almost as tough as stone, right? It's not going to prove a challenge overall, but initially it's just like, huh, wow, these things are hard to like carve into.
Was there a follow-up to that?
I'm trying to think
like
of if there's anything that would prove to be an issue, but I don't think there is. So it takes you a few minutes, right? As you realize you're going to have to be kind of delicate and, you know, not just like cut through and pop out. So while Bones sets to harvesting the eyes from these creatures, what else is happening?
Do we have a rough idea how long it'll take him to do that?
A few minutes. 5, 10 at most.
Okay.
Not enough for a short rest, but enough for something else to be happening if you guys want.
Can we tell what the quality is of the gems? Or of the outcropping?
Of the amethyst? You can try.
I will do that.
Okay. So I would say probably a nature check.
Okay.
Anybody else doing anything while Ezrah checks the amethyst outcropping and Bones harvests some amber eyes?
I'm going to move back to the entrance and just kind of keep an eye back the way we came, just in case anything's trying to sneak up on us or the Zorn come back.
You can see the killing field that you guys have left to the north of you, with the carcasses of the slug-like piercer creatures. I
will do the same of the south.
In the room. Okay. So Ashes, you head over towards kind of like the Pebble Beach. Keep an eye. You can see just across the way, the river itself is about 30 feet wide, and you can see just across the opposite side, there seems to be another tunnel leading southward. All right, what did you roll, Ezrah? You rolled a
12.
12. All right, so there are large portions of this crystal that are just riddled with impurities, it looks like, right? But there are a number of these outcroppings that seem to be more pure, and they seem to have been shattered by these creatures. Like the creatures were in the process of shattering them and consuming them as you guys interrupted them. So strewn about the place are 30 to 40 fist-sized chunks of amethyst that you think might be of some value. You wouldn't gauge them to be extremely valuable.
If I was looking to possibly turn it into gem dust.
Probably not worthwhile.
Okay.
These particular chunks, like, they're better off, and they could probably be fashioned by a cut by a jeweler to be something, but they're never gonna make their home in a noble's jewel box or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Figured I'd check.
But still, potentially, like, to reiterate, you do think with the 12 that you rolled, you do think that they would be of some value. Like, you could gather them up and sell them. There's just a lot of... It's kind of that, like, weight versus reward scenario going on at this point, right? Because you kind of judge each one maybe to be about £1,
There could be some value here. Do we want these? Someone that can carry capacity? Probably someone with a ethereal plane that doesn't,
Yeah, so
You have 5 ethereal planes, sir?
Technically 3.
3 times as much as us.
So,
if I can hold 12 pounds, hold on.
Yeah. For this type of endeavor, I would definitely say, right, as you guys are kind of like looking at all of these little clumps of amethyst, it would definitely need to be magical storage, right? Just because, like, I don't think any of you have enough sacks to put 40 fist-sized chunks of amethyst on a material plane.
I have.
Right. It's not that you couldn't bear the weight or anything like that. It's one of those, it's not heavy, it's bulky, right? Type scenarios. So if you don't put it in magical storage, it's going to get real weird.
What do we think it's worth? Is it worth carrying around? 100 gold?
You might gauge each chunk, Ezra, to be 5, 10 gold.
How many chunks are there?
30 to 40.
Damn, I'll take 30 to 40.
But each chunk weighs a pound, right? So that's what it is. It's a could be worthwhile, but it's a lot to carry.
Look, I'm down for that. I'll put it in mine.
Okay.
How many pounds? So he's got a specific.
40 pounds.
Okay, so there's 40 of them and they're 1 pound each.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there chunks of amethyst?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, I got it in the sheet.
Oh. Okay.
I'm still figuring out how to spell amethyst.
They're worth like 30 gold each,
AMETHYST.
I said Ezra thought that they might be 5 to 10 gold each.
He puts in the Ezra part so he can. I know who to blame later when they're not.
Hey, no one else checked their.
Ezra's the only one who bothered rolling a nature check, so yeah.
Well, I was prying eyes out of a creature.
Okay.
Mine's -1.
Speaking of which,
mine's +8. But
you spend a while prying eyes out of this creature. They are, after you get them out, or as you are getting them out, you do realize that they are they're a little more delicate. Their eyes, right? So they're a little more delicate than the creature itself, than the stony exterior of the creature. But they're actually still kind of hard, right? They still have a hard quality to them compared to like your eyes,
like a super ball, kind of a little bit of give.
It's kind of. It's
cool.
It's an odd quality. They're not quite like glass eyes or anything like that. But they do seem to be made. They don't seem to just be like fleshy sacks,
Well, can I put the not quite fleshy sacks in my bag?
Yes.
How much do they weigh?
All 3 of them weigh a pound. They weigh less than a pound, but all 3 of them weigh a pound.
Your bag explodes.
0.3. Eyes of what the fuck are these things?
XORN.
Thorn.
Zorn. Yeah, that was it. Lord. Oh yeah, damn shame the other 2 got away. Do you think we can lure them out?
Yes.
This amethyst sure is tasty.
I mean, they seemed pretty intelligent.
Yeah, but I really would like their more eyes.
Yeah, super intelligent. When we were trying to squeeze by, they thought we were trying to steal their rocks.
Well, their initial reaction was much different than their battle reactions.
I'm
Anyway,
just saying, I gotta have materials to make stuff. And if you're gonna have a problem every time I need to harvest, Matthew, we're gonna have to talk.
The fuck are you talking about?
You said you didn't want to kill them because they're like intelligent, but like I need them.
No. I said, you asked, can we draw them out? And I said, they're intelligent.
Oh, okay. So you weren't objecting because they're intelligent. You were objecting because you think they're too smart.
I wasn't objecting. I'm saying that if I find it unlikely that they would come back out.
He thinks they're smarter than you are.
Well, that's probably true.
Well, they're definitely smarter than me, so...
I'm of average cat intelligence.
So brilliant?
Yes. I'm as smart as Odie.
Odie.
Speaking of which...
Got called dumb.
All right then. Well, is there anything down there, Ashes? What's going on down there?
Yeah. There's a bunch of water. Is it the shitty water that we're used to?
Yeah, it's the same shitty water. And actually, right, like,
Painted.
as you, for the first time, you actually, like, step up to the actual edge of the beach and take a look around. You do see more clearly that opening to the south, but you also see, to the southeast, yet another opening, and you see there the silhouette of a Kuatoa. And you see it just briefly before it kind of, like, it sees you and it... It's kind of like
it murgles away.
Darkness. Yeah.
Okay, so that probably connects to the little area. Yeah, that's pretty close, actually.
Yeah, that's probably the other channel or tunnel that leads into the God Chamber or whatever.
Yeah. Damn, we gotta get a fucking boat.
Well, we saw some boats down in that other.
Yeah, but we gotta get a boat we can
carry
carry
a boat
around
with
with us.
everywhere we go.
I mean, Ashes could do it.
Well, no, we're not going to carry it everywhere with us. I would assume use it when we're on the water.
Yeah, I guess we just need to deal with this aboleth situation so we can travel the waves.
I mean, we might want to rest before we do that.
Yeah, big agree. I'm real hurt.
Yeah, but it's
We
not like
literally
shit
just
over
had
here.
we just had a long rest. Like we can't be long resting again.
I don't want a long rest. I'm gonna just sit here for a bit.
Technically,
Okay, do you guys...
our stuff hasn't recharged yet, so fuck off.
You guys want to go back up to a not bat poop chamber?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you
sure.
guys are deciding to. Do you have a specific destination in mind, or do you guys just want to move chamber by chamber? What's your?
We gotta go somewhere where we don't have to be worried about being attacked by something threatening. So how about we stay in the cavern with the piercers?
Okay, sure.
Good.
So I mean, you guys do not have to move far. You head up into the next cavern amidst the corpses of the piercers that are pooling, congealing blood on the hard, cold stone floor.
Shit.
Well, I mean, you did kind of like eviscerate them, so there's some of that too.
Is there something that can be salvaged for a meal?
I'm not eating that.
Piercer meat.
Is this Ezrah asking or Jake asking? Because I'm not sure Ezra's that brave.
I mean, he grew up in the wild.
Is he that brave in when it comes to food?
It's not.
He's a picky
brave.
eater. He eats the same berries every day.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He grew up
I
in the
like that
wild.
though. That's cool. That's an interesting like dynamic for Ezra to normally be very like skittish and then all of a sudden be like, y'all wanna eat this?
It's dead.
Like
It can't hurt me. It's dead.
okay, all right.
No, I'm good. I'll stick with my beef jerky.
Yeah, I got a shitload of mushrooms. I'm good.
So, Ezra, would you like to? You can definitely. The insides of these creatures are meat.
Mhm.
So you could.
Are we
definitely,
taking a short rest? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Sure.
So I would throw up the dome after I've collected a couple of these corpses,
Okay.
and then I would light a fire,
Okay.
and I would start
Start
cooking up
cooking.
some meat.
Play the Monster Hunter, like spit.
Yeah, there you go.
I am kind of curious. Do you have any?
Dun,
Do you have
dun,
any
dun, dun,
utensils or anything like that, or is this like you basically like poke it with a stick and like could like hold? Are we cooking hot dogs here, or do you have a skillet or anything like that? Like, I'm
see
just
what I've
just
got in my
trying
bag.
to picture this in my head of how Ezra goes about like cooking this slab of meat that he's
I've got a mess
harvested.
kit.
You got a mess kit? All
I
right,
have a mess
so
kit, yeah.
so Ezra actually like breaks out the whole shebang. He's got like some basic spices, a pot and a pan. He's ready to fucking
Shit.
cook some shit up. Now,
Cook some worm.
yeah, you don't really have much to go
Beggars
with
can't be
it.
choosers.
So it's literally just like weird Underdark slug meat.
It's like 11sies. Come on.
Oh. Okay. You guys begin to take a short rest. Situations ticks up. Situations.
We can roll our hit dice then, I suppose.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your hit dice.
Oh.
Ezra.
Good.
Roll me a
58.
Just roll me a straight intelligence.
What the fuck are these rolls, boys? I'm good.
17. All right. It smells pretty fucking good as Ezra basically makes a piercer steak and fries it up. And then begins to chow down, and it's a bit of an odd texture initially, Ezra.
You wanna use the smoke flask to make it a little smokier?
With a smoke flask?
It's like liquid smoke. You just
liquid
drop
smoke
it
on it.
Oh. So it honestly doesn't taste incredibly different from a steak would, except that it's
a little bit more gamey.
It's not more gamey. It's actually really fatty. It's almost kind of blubbery. Okay. It's very you get this nice kind of like crust on the outsides, but it doesn't seem to matter how much you cook it. It's still kind of squish. So you kind of go like, and then it just like gushes in your mouth. It's like, you know, a fried gusher.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, got a little piece of like.
So Bones does the cat thing that when they're disgusted.
Oh, yeah.
They crawl out their tongue and go.
Matt's just over there like.
Just as.
No.
It smells good, Ezra. It tastes good.
Still guts in your mouth. I'm not okay.
And
with
more
it
specifically, you cooked it well enough that it does not cause you any digestive issues.
Okay.
The theory being like, like you're an intelligent cook, so as long as you cook it correctly, you don't have to make like a Constitution saving throw.
What a god, dude. Honestly,
oh man, good thing Jay didn't have any.
So,
Fred.
This.
Aww.
Well, shit. I'm so conflicted right now.
What are you conflicted about?
I'm conflicted.
Spirit fingers.
I'm conflicted because I want to reward you for roleplay cooking a piercer. But I want people to know that you're being rewarded for roleplay cooking a piercer. So I don't want to do it in secret. But I also don't want everyone to bandwagon the shit out of you. No, Ezra, you gain until your next long rest resistance to piercing damage.
Ha!
Good lord.
What?
Noted. I'm cooking everything.
This is why you can't do this, Jeremy.
This is just to be fun, right? Like, if someone wants to cook shit, I will start coming up with cooking bonuses.
All right, I know what all of my time is going into when we're up top.
Or do Matashtai
become a master chef?
I mean, there is a feat for it now.
So you being a monk and a master chef, that makes you Sanji, right?
Yep.
Kind of, actually.
A
There
little
was
bit.
that chef feat that came out with Tasha's, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right.
We could take a look at it. Modify some
good.
things.
The gourmand feat will actually have use.
Wasn't the gourmand feat a UA, and this is kind of their official version of that?
Gourmand was UA?
Yeah.
I thought gourmand was UA.
It's been around for a while, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so Okay. Nothing happens during your short rest.
Great.
All right, you guys just want to round out the map, check out what's west?
Well, I mean, there's water west.
How do you know?
Because I poked my head down there. I mean,
No,
you
we
were
gotta
there.
go- no, north and then west.
Oh, north and the west. All right. Yeah,
No,
we can do
no,
that.
sorry, to the northwest.
Ah. If only
the
they had a
northwest.
word for going both north and west.
And west.
It is an odd
It's
word
like-
to me. I'm not familiar with that. I only
Let's
travel
go
in
to the
cardinal
north
direction.
and to the west.
Let's go to the nest.
That's good. That's good. Oh,
should-
sorry.
All right.
Go to
I
the
moved
west
myself.
and
So,
the east.
as you guys,
Shall I
as you
say that you're
guys,
traveling with?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to start narrating travel a little bit more so that we have a better grasp, and then we can just go there rather than like dooting around. So you guys go through your short rest. You bind your wounds. You have some food, take a breather, heal some hit points, and then you begin to move northwest in order to try to explore more of this area. As you are moving through the cavern to the north of you, you do hear this kind of like
Yeah, whatever. We know what he's doing.
so you can hear kind of like the alchemist to the north something.
I mean, if you wanted to drop those eyes off our apothecary friend,
No,
That'd
those
be-
are mine forever.
Got it.
And so your marching order gets you as bones and ashes and Matashtai make their way into this large initial cavern, right where you had first seen Halaster Blackcloak. There are zirkwood mushrooms here. There are tall blue caps. There are tiny orange ones. The flesh shelves, etc. This is a fungal garden, a fungal paradise, except, right, there are these large, like, bald spots in the loamy soil, right, where it looks like all of the mushrooms have been torn up out of their roots. And you can actually see, like, they're growing back slowly into these torn up spots. So, there are a number of directions for you to head from here, most going in a westerly fashion. And as you kind of get your bearings, Bones, you hear a similar humming, right? You hear this. Good. Coming from the west.
do Ettins speak common?
This west?
It's hard to tell. It kind of like echoes out of all of them.
I
I
don't
mean,
know the answer to your question, Ashes.
I could assume that they would speak a giant at the very least.
And the
if-
alchemist did say he talked with him.
That's
But
true.
the alchemist could know giant. Does anyone else know the language of giants? Otherwise, I can take 10 minutes and prepare my ability to communicate.
I know primordial. You think they're primordial?
It's adjacent, but not the same.
What about draconic? Do you think he knows draconic?
Nope, that's very different.
Dwarven?
That roots from giant, but still only adjacent.
Are you almost done with your spell?
What do you think of the odds it speaks Quarry or Rageran?
Can't you just
Bless
speak
you.
in his mind? Can't you just telepath the boy?
Telepath.
I mean, I
that
can't
boy.
do that, but Matt might.
I can do that. Wish I
Falls
was
into
a
the rage of the
charisma character right now.
You want to be like a
Kalashtar Bard.
punch people with your charisma monk?
Yeah. That'd actually be pretty dope. Can I be? If I multi-class into Paladin, can Charisma be my my damage stat?
I was about to say you.
I think you would have to be like a Hexblade Warlock.
Just there we go. Yeah.
Hexblade Brass Knuckles.
Hexblade Fists.
There you go.
All right, whatever. I fucking go this way.
It's actually
I was gonna say. So, are you guys waiting for the 10 minutes? Because it will be a 10-minute wait.
Wait. You said he was muttering. Like, what did he sound like? He's muttering a language, or what do we hear?
So Bones is the only one who has a high enough perception or is close enough to actually hear. And Bones, what languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarven, Primordial, Draconic.
It sounds like someone is speaking, but not a language you know.
That's right, I'm smart as
Then
fuck.
we take the 10 minutes.
I take the 10 minutes, pull out my book, and cast Comprehend Language on myself.
I come back then.
I was gonna say, Bones, do you actually wait the 10 minutes, or are you impatient?
So, yeah. No, I'll wait, I don't care.
Okay. So you guys hold for 10 minutes or so. Situation just ticks up. You guys wait, and it's just kind of like the eerie calmness of this fungal forest. You hear, it's weird, right? It gets to the point to where all you can hear is Ezrah kind of like uttering his incantations, and then you hear your own breaths, and you start to hear like water dripping. And
right,
Bones,
well, why he's doing that? Sorry, go ahead.
You being the one with the high passive perception, you just keep hearing on occasion this kind of like, kind of like humming weird chatter, and you can, over the course of this 10 minutes, begin to distinguish two different voices in these echoes.
Sweet, double-headed motherfucker. Cool. All right. Well, while he's doing that, can I harvest some more ripple bark? That's the flesh shells, right?
Any ripple bark in this cavern? I believe there.
I thought that isn't that the flesh shell?
I believe there is. God damn it!
Okay,
Let me double check. Motherfucker!
Yes.
You narrated that it exists.
I did. I hate you sometimes.
1d4 plus 6 pounds of food.
Oh.
Your hatred.
Gracious. Ugh. Okay, let's see what is in here. Got... Okay. Yes, there you find, so part of what you see as you're kind of like looking around is that a lot of the edible stuff, or a lot of the stuff that you think would be edible, is that stuff that's been ripped out. So you see, like, there are actually 3 different shelves here, of the fleshy looking stuff, 2 of which have basically been torn to shreds, and are slowly trying to regrow. But you could harvest from the 3rd one.
No, I don't need it. I'll let it regrow.
I mean, well, the 3rd one's perfectly fine. It's intact.
Okay, well then I will take some of it.
Okay. Roll 1d4.
I will now roll a 1d4.
Nice. You
I
were
rolled a
able to
4.
harvest 5 pounds of the stuff.
Yeah. Now I got 2 days of mushrooms to eat.
It's a lot of mushrooms.
10 pounds of mushrooms, because apparently we eat 5 pounds of food a day.
No, 1 pound of food a day.
That's not what Jeremy told me. He was
One
very
ration.
specific.
One ration.
I don't know
was
that you
very
remember
specific.
exactly.
No,
what
I
tell
remember
you
this
every time.
argument specifically because I was taken aback.
No, it's
I
2
was
pounds.
taken aback.
One
No.
ration is 2 pounds, and you eat one ration per
told
day.
me that I had to eat 5 pounds of the mushrooms.
That
That's
must
what he
be a
told
cat
me.
thing then. Maybe you just have a really high metabolism.
look,
and you
I
never-
Very high
would-
metabolism.
Or maybe the mushrooms are very filling.
I vividly recall this.
All right, I'm gonna need this to be settled with facts. Please refer to the video with a timestamp of when this was said.
Jay, please refer to the video.
Jay!
Not it.
Is he your lawyer here? Is that what this is?
Jay is the group-appointed archivist, so yes.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
You said it. I'm saying that you said it. I'm 100% certain. I've never been more certain.
So the burden of proof is on you.
Yep.
I could find it.
Burden of proof is on Zach.
Who asserts?
I don't want to watch. No, actually, I have a good reason not to do this. Jeremy has forbidden me from watching the episodes.
But you can listen.
Nope, you have forbidden me, therefore I will not do it.
I have said that you could listen.
Nope.
I have said that.
I'm not allowed. Nope, you do not.
I have said you're not allowed to watch, but you could listen. Aha!
No, I will not do it. You forbidden me. But I will accept that I only have to eat 1 pound of mushrooms to have a days of food.
Well, you need 2 pounds.
Okay, well,
one ration is 2 pounds.
Still better than the 5 pounds Jeremy asserted last time.
Don't remember that being.
I remember it vividly.
Don't remember it.
Oh, I remember it so like it was just yesterday. I remember it.
So you know exactly when it happened in the session, so you could go back and find it quickly.
Possible.
It's true.
I do have an idea of when it was actually, because I was very unhappy about it.
I mean, I think I have a general
You're very unhappy about your
concept
fictional
of
mushrooms.
when he's talking about, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I was like, I have like X amount. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I got food. He's like, no, you have 1 day of food. I was like, the fuck?
Oh, okay. So it might be alternate. Like, okay, here might be the reason why you have 1 day of food, because you just ripped up a mushroom. That thing doesn't exactly keep.
What you told me.
Are you sure? Are you sure it didn't have a caveat of the fact that it's not preserved food?
I've never been more certain of something in my entire life.
You know how many times I've heard that phrase from you, Zach?
So
Okay.
concerning.
If I go back and prove that you're wrong, you have to give me your best dagger.
Ooh.
I don't have a best dagger. I already gave you my best bone.
Whoa.
Best dag.
Whoa. Best bone to Mitchell.
It was a good time.
No, I need my dags. I only have. I'm almost have
You
enough.
said
I
you've
don't even
never
have
been
enough.
more certain of something in your whole life.
I've never been more certain of something my whole life. He said you have to eat all 5 pounds to have a day's worth of food.
So that
5
day?
pounds.
Gore's looking pretty nice. I kind of
What
like.
do I get? All right, I want your fucking.
You get
pauldron.
the proof that you are correct, and you can lord it over Jeremy. I don't have a stake, but if I'm going to do the work, I'm gonna get something.
I want the Greaves if I'm correct.
No, you don't get my Greaves. This isn't against me. It's against Jeremy.
But if you're getting my best dag, okay, then I want.
You're doing nothing.
All right, I want the fucking the spear. I want Matakashi or whatever the fuck his name is.
Matakashi.
What the fuck is the thing's name?
Again,
correctly.
You get nothing from me.
Yeah,
You
if
have
you
something
maybe
from
knew
Jeremy.
the name of the spear, it might be on the table.
I knew it until I started making this argument.
Oh, fuck.
Literally, Tanbakiri! I get Tanbakiri then.
Oh.
Again, you get nothing from me. You can take
Then
something from Jeremy.
I will
So-
just continue to
So
assert that I'm the most correct.
after literally 10 minutes passing of the
Of real lifetime.
of real life time.
Isn't D&D fun?
Oh fuck. Ezra casts what would you cast, tongues or comprehend languages?
Comprehend language.
Comprehend language. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So what now? What's the plan? Ezrah is prepared. His ears, his mind is abuzz with arcane strings of words, ready to recognize any language and interpret it for him. What do you want to do?
Okay, cool. Now I go over here.
Okay. So Bones begins to head down one of the passageways, and Bones, you do not get far. I'm going to move everyone else slightly to kind of like follow up with Bones.
Yeah, follow up.
But Bones, you don't get very far before that kind of like echo that you're hearing stops being an echo and turns into just a straight up voice. And you realize the winding passageways, the multiple tunnels create this odd echo chamber as there's an Etten not far away from you. So as you kind of like you step into this space, you kind of like looking around right in this tunnel. Nearly a dozen needle-sharp stalactites stud the ceiling of this cavern. Here and there are small patches of various fungi. Moist-looking cask-shaped fungi, tall, slender mushrooms with bright blue bell-shaped caps, and shelf-like fungi growing on the sides of the walls that resemble disturbingly massive and rotting flesh. Seen these before. The entire cavern is damp. Sound of dripping water creates a almost soothing atmosphere. And before you see kind of like slumped up in a well-worn spot on the cavern, right? It's all stained compared to the walls around it, and it's smooth. You see a two-headed giant figure. One face has this kind of like horrible looking burn mark down the left side of it, and it kind of hangs a little bit slack, but otherwise it has this big wild bushy head of hair, and then the right head is actually relatively well defined. It's a very masculine face, very like strong jawed, but it has these two big tusks that come up out. And you see up the right side of it, it's actually got holes bored into the tusk, and this one is sporting a full-on mohawk. But the two are looking at each other. They're not looking at you. They don't seem to have noticed your presence or anything like that. They're just looking at each other. And the one with the kind of like burned, slack-jawed face is just kind of like humming to itself. And the other one is speaking kind of very slurred, like giggling every once in a while. And you see in its right hand, it's carrying this huge cask. It looks like one of the cask-shaped fungi, right? But it reaches up and it gloop, 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 and it utters in a tongue that you do not understand.
Ezrah. Ezrah!
Do you yell, Ezrah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yelling like that will grab the creature's attention. So your party hears you.
Muttering. I thought he was saying stuff to me.
No. He's muttering. They're looking. The two heads are looking at each other, and they're talking to each other, basically. Or like one is kind of like humming, and the other one's kind of like talking.
I just go back and get them at a normal volume then.
Okay.
I thought he was talking to me.
He's not talking to you. So, Ezrah, Ashes, Matashtai, Bones comes out of this, like goes down the hallway for all of like 6 seconds, and then immediately comes walking right the fuck back out. And
there's a giant.
Yeah.
He's right there.
We kind of knew that. Okay, what did he say?
I don't know.
Did you talk to him?
I did not.
Oh.
He was talking to each other though. Himself. Itself. Themself.
Lead the way.
It's that way.
Lead the way.
It's like 30 feet. Okay,
Ashes, lead the way.
I mean, I'll walk in. I'll lead you.
Okay. So the party begins to kind of like file down this tunnel towards this dripping water cave, and the humming grows louder for everyone, right? And you get close enough to where Ezrah, you can begin to hear this creature. Now, with comprehend language, does it...
It's just, I understand that.
You just understand it, but it doesn't necessarily identify it for you.
Correct. I do speak a lot of languages, though. I don't remember what.
What languages do all my people speak? Let's click them languages.
I think you can safely assume I don't speak it.
Why? Never know.
No, I think there's a 0% chance unless it's common.
I have Organ Goblin, the most useful of languages.
So the one of the heads it looks over and goes, Dabber, and so this is what Ezrah is hearing, right? Dabber, Dabber, sing the one about the turtle, and it lifts up this keg and the slack-jawed, burned-faced one, right? It begins to sing a weird kind of lilting tune about a turtle that gets flipped on its back, and it laments to itself its life.
What's it sound like?
Not singing it. It laments to itself its life, and then a giant comes along and steps on it and eats it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not like a happy thing, but Ashes, while you're all kind of like listening to this, as Ezra is kind of like close enough, you look back and you see he's kind of like listening to the two heads and trying to like understand what's happening with them. But on the second head, Ashes, the story about the turtle, you understand that. That's an orc. So it seems as though one head is speaking in one language and the other is speaking in another language.
Weird.
Does that mean it's bilingual or not? Because it's two heads, is it the same?
Quadlingual.
Everybody in the party is basically quadlingual.
So as the story finishes about the turtle, right? The right head kind of chuckles and it says, that's always a good one, Jabber. He shakes the cask and he goes, we're almost out. And he lifts it up and he like he bites down into it and just and then he kind of squints, right? You see his two big tusks, the one with the three bored holes up the side, right? It kind of like squints and says, fire. Why fire tunnel? And he's looking in y'all's direction.
So I don't know what he's saying, so I think he's waving at me, and I...
Oh, was that the orc head?
No, that was the okay. Non-orc.
You're like Matashtai. They are put off by it.
Oh, okay. I put it behind me.
Okay, so you mute the light, you know. Fire gone. Mostly. Oh, fire!
Greetings, friend. Friends?
So the
friends of the alchemist?
The left head turns and kind of like whispers something, and the right hand like turns to the left head and says, "Right, Jabber, right. We not friends. Don't know you. Strangers.
We are friends of the alchemist.
And bear in mind, only Ezra understands what this head is saying, right? Ezra, it does not seem to understand what you're saying. it just says, it goes, cat screech noise. Sound like bat. Head hurt.
Nothing?
Just passage past him? Is that?
I have no recollection literally at all about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the alchemist just mentioned that he's not a bad dude.
Gotcha.
It wasn't a direct slight to me, so.
Jabber. Odd small ones. You talk. Head hurts. And the right side one actually like brings up two hands and covers its ears, and it's kind of like this odd motion because one hand is like up and in front of the other head, right? Because it's from the left side. Yeah. So it's a little weird. So you see this slack-jawed head kind of like up and over, just like it starts speaking your chest. Who are you? And it's an orc, so both Ashes and Ezra can understand.
Oh, hey, I know that one.
You do? Then you can speak it.
Yeah. Hello, stranger. I'll say an orc.
I not stranger. I Jabber.
Well, hi, Jabber. I'm Ashes. These are my friends.
And like, it looks you up and down and says, "You are Ashes?"
Oh God, he takes everything literally.
My name. Anyways, we are friends with the Potion Man.
Drink maker.
Drink maker, yes. He told us you would be around these parts.
You bring drinks from Drink Maker?
Unfortunately, he did not have any ready when we met him.
Brew time too long. Jabber sad.
Right. So we're actually just kind of exploring. Would you mind if we just kind of went through?
Went through?
The caves.
Through.
Your room.
Jabber does not own cave. Jabber just sits.
Right.
And the other, the right head, like unstoppers his ears, and he kind of looks over, and he has this curious look on his face, and only Ezra can understand this. He says, "What are you talking about?" And he kind of like looks like suspiciously over at Jabber, right? And Jabber kind of turns, and so Ashes and Ezra, you can both understand this. He says, "Just talking about drink and cave and forgot." So what do you guys do?
I mean, clearly he's not aggressive, and it doesn't seem like we're going to step on his toes by walking through, so I don't see any reason to aggress.
Yeah, no, that's just...
I'm just going to explain to the party. I think we can go.
Yeah.
All right.
And he has one passage to the north of him, and then the other 3 are below us. Is that correct?
Yeah, just
Based on his orientation?
Seems like
Looks
it.
like
Yeah.
just
I'm. We didn't have this.
Yeah, you're in a different. Yeah. So, you guys can see there are tunnels to the south, and the cavern continues to the north. So as you begin to kind of like look around, specifically Bones, you see here to the south. Ashes, you see up here to the kind of like north. You see more of these smoothed out alcoves that are slightly discolored compared to the cave around them, right? And you can see that the alcoves themselves have very worn, smooth, clear floors, right? Compared to the fungal growths of the rest of the caverns.
Weird. Hey, Ashes, ask him if he knows anything about these. Did he do them?
All right, I'll ask if he did them.
So
or he knows what did.
The head that you can to speak to, Jabber, it says, butt spots.
Butt spots.
I will relay the information.
I react exactly like that.
Too long. Too smooth. Need lumps or butt spots.
What's your life companion's name? Brother.
Left hand
brother.
points up at the right head. That? And the right head again, you can't understand. Ezrah, you do. Right, says, why you point finger at me? Stop it! And he smacks the right hand smacks the left hand. Right? And Jabber says, that just gibber.
All that jibber jabber.
All that jibber jabber.
Well, Matt. If we stop by the drink maker again and he has something ready, I'll see if I can't bring you some.
The orc head says, drinks! The other head says, drinks in another language.
I understood.
Yep. And then, like, you see Jibber Jabber kind of, like, turn, and for all that he's talking about drinks and, oh, woe is me, that brewing takes so long, he's got a little pyramid of these fungal casks next to him, right? And it's not like massive. It's like 7 or 8 of them, right? But he clearly has stuff on hand.
He just wanted more. Yeah. Are we going up or down?
Up is most
Down?
likely going to dead end first.
I think up just loops around, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Loops around
And
where?
down it is.
All right, so you guys head out of the fungal area and into a set of winding passageways that take you back to the Sargoth River.
I come
Off
back. This
verbal-
goddamn this bullshit river.
The two heads begin to kind of gibber and jabber at each other. Ezrah, Ashes, you catch a portion of the conversation. Ezrah, you catch the entire conversation. They basically begin to talk and gesture towards the feline in their presence. It says, that one, small, angry, prone to violence, can tell. Jabber, big thinker. Jibber smart. Jibber smart.
they're smarter than they look.
Or they're just drunk.
They can sense our auras.
Yeah. He's a very mellow man. With all those shrooms and alcohol.
Should have had him smoking as we got in here.
He's just on a big toadstool, just...
Like the caterpillar from...
yeah, absolutely.
Alice in Wonderland, yep.
Alright. Well, once we get out of this chamber...
does he know where Elune lives? Where his lair is?
You want to ask him a question? Or try to get someone to ask him a question?
I mean...
Yeah, Ezra, ask
Dude,
him. Or
this
Ashes, I
dude's
don't care.
drunk off of... They're drunk off their singular ass.
Look, drunk people tell the truth, okay?
Sure. I will
tell you
ask
what they think is the truth.
They tell us what they think is the truth.
One always lies, one always tells the truth. So I will ask Jabber, because I don't speak Jibber's language, if he knows anything about the Aboleth and his lair.
What Aboleth?
Excellent.
Big tentacle creature. Speaks to your mind.
Ah. He make water bad. River no good drink anymore. Make booze taste odd. Not good. Southwest. Southwest. Northeast. Drives down river. Big cave. Once good fishing, but then no good fishing. Fishies.
Is there
fish more?
an easy way to get to
where... What?
Is there an easy way to get to his lair? Or Odie?
Swim.
I was afraid of that.
Swim. Swim.
I'll look back to Bones. Nope.
I miss swimming.
Well,
the other head's talking a little bit through this, by the way. You just can't understand what it's saying.
Yeah.
And Ezra, he's just like, why you talk flesh pink thing? Why it's so red? What nose on head? Like teeth head. Head teeth?
He's a tiefling.
Baldur's Gate 3, everybody.
Any more questions for Jabber?
I'll look back to the party. Anything else you want me to ask the drunk guy?
I don't know. Does he want to help kill the thing?
Good question. So, Jabber, if we were to say that we wanted to get rid of the creature making the water gross, would you like to help?
Creature bad.
Clean water good.
How help?
Well, the two of you are a very large creature. I'm sure that you could hold your own if it came to a fight.
Water in fish place deep. real deep. Not good underwater.
Yeah, me neither.
You could tell him I could fix that. But point of inquiry, do we want to risk him getting mind controlled and then killing us?
Probably not. What if he just like fought stuff way far away from us so we didn't have 18 clawsters on us at once?
He hurls rocks.
That's a good
From
one.
underwater?
Yes,
From the
shows
shore.
them that hard.
It floats just harmlessly in front of him to the bottom.
I don't know.
Smell like poop, Odie.
I mean, water doesn't make rocks buoyant. They're still heavy.
Don't you tap me.
Oh.
I like how he just kind of keeps leaning forward, trying to peer into you.
I still might.
So I mean,
Look at
Jabber's
me.
just sitting there, kind of like waiting.
On second thought, maybe just don't worry about it. We'll see if before
got
too long we make that water clean.
Why couldn't he fight the minions?
Do you want to risk a mind controlled Etten nipping
I
at
don't
your
know
heels?
We don't even know how the mind control works, how close you got to get. I don't know nothing about all this.
Well, all right. So when are we planning to go take care of the Aboleth problem?
Do you think that he's going to be any less deadly than if any of us got mind controlled?
No, I'm asking, like, are we going now? Are we going to do more exploring? Do you want to wait for this guy to try to sober up?
I would like us to wait for the staff of healing to recharge, along with my wand and Halaster Keta.
Yeah, we just scouting.
All right. Well, then, how about we come back once we're ready to fight the Aboleth, and he's also had time to sober up.
He's not going to sober up. This is what he does.
Yeah,
He
no,
drinks and
he
he's dead.
should drink more, so he has a harder time being mind controlled.
He moves
to
a
give you,
hand
like, an
over to
advantage on
one of
top-
the
It
casks
should.
and takes a finger and basically pushes it down through the mushroom and creates a hole and now starts drinking from it.
God damn
Brings
it.
new meaning to a tap tap.
He tapping.
Look at that claw. That claw wants some.
He's thinking real hard about it.
I mean, it's up to y'all. I'm just saying we shouldn't be afraid of them getting mind controlled. If that's all we're going to do is just be like,
All right. Well,
oh, they get mind controlled. Like, we can't have any allies. I just don't think it's
we're
safe.
not going to bring them with us while we're just exploring, waiting for our magical items to recharge.
Well, true.
I mean, I
Once
also
we're ready to go.
discount their concerns about mind control, though.
What do y'all want to do?
I don't know what you said. I heard the words mind control out of your voice, and that's all, Mitch.
I said I also don't think that we should discount their concerns for mind control.
I mean, it's fine. I don't necessarily think you should come fight the Aboleth, but like, the Aboleth got minions.
Maybe block our escape and defend our flank.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, what was
That's fine
that
with me.
spell that you used to make somebody not drunk anymore off the staff?
Restoration. It's
Is
just
it-
removing poison.
Yeah.
Lesser.
Yeah. So we could technically do
staff-
that if we wanted them to be sober.
Staff is tapped out right now. We're still waiting for that to
Yeah,
recharge.
after we get our charges back.
If.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. If y'all want him, cool. If not, it doesn't matter to me. I leave.
Okay. All right. About the rest of you.
I wave goodbye to the Atten, and I also leave.
I tell them farewell.
Okay.
And then
Jabber just goes, bye. Not really understanding the issue, right? That's what you guys are going through, right? The scenario. Jabber doesn't. He either doesn't get it, or he's too drunk to get it, or what have you. He just kind of like, okay, bye, and you guys leave.
All right. Well, looks to me that we've explored pretty much everything we can explore without crossing the river.
Okay, well, we know where some boats are. Well, rafts.
Because, like, that eastern part that we haven't explored, that's all the Drow territory, correct?
Yep.
I think so.
Well, I suppose that top right might not be, because that was the Darabeth room. Wasn't it? Oh, wait, no, that was the farm.
That was NPC. You're talking about the most fucking northeastern cross-section, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's above the Drow. We could go over there.
I mean, yeah, sounds good.
What about that middle one right there? Does that reach water?
I don't know. I think we chose not to go that direction.
Okay.
All right, so I think where we are currently at in the stream and what you guys are doing with trying to come up with a decision for future exploration, we will go ahead and go to break at that point. And when we come back, we'll actually execute whatever plan you guys develop in the meantime. So we will see you all in probably about 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick bio break, refresh Roll20, and go from there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Bye.